Hi Sonoma County, it is Wednesday, October 14th, and I'm still in Rome, Italy. And today was a little bit of a different day for the fellowship. I guess I would sort of define or give a subject line of today that it was about people. So I actually had the opportunity this morning to go to the Vatican press office, the Holy See press office, where we met with one of the deputy directors of the press office that really works on the communication for the Vatican and for the Pope. And so it was an exciting time. Wednesday is the day in Rome where the Pope actually meets the people and speaks. And so there was a lot of not only people in the square, but also just a lot of buzz from the media. So they were getting ready for a briefing right after our meeting with them. And so it was interesting. We asked the press officer deputy, what really is the role of religion right now, sort of in the globe? What role does religion play? And he said, religion is really about, and I'm going to reference my notes here, but religion is really about preaching peace and solidarity and about helping people to understand each other and help each other and really be close to people when they're experiencing problems. And so that was sort of a kind of an interesting, I want to say, foundation setting for the morning, because and what an amazing thing to be in the back office of the Vatican and experience that and be so close to such an influential person around the globe right now. And the one thing he did say when we asked, how does that work to be sort of in charge of media relations and press for this Pope who has really done some very bold things. And he definitely said that, the Pope is well known for keeping the press on their toes. So it has been an interesting time with that change and the welcoming of Pope Francis into his role. So then we shifted gears this afternoon, and it was a little bit of a tough afternoon, actually. So we had the opportunity to go to a refugee camp here in Rome. It is one that is being facilitated, sponsored, and supported by the Italian Red Cross, among some other local sort of foundations and nonprofits, Doctors Without Borders. What a sad afternoon. So I know as we've been traveling through Europe and certainly in conversations in the U.S., we talk a lot about the migrant problem challenge, however it's been framed. And actually, I think I really had no idea what it meant until we were in the camp and saw the tents and saw the people and started to hear the stories that were being shared with us. And so you can't really even put into words hearing someone's story about being smuggled, living in a prison in Libya after crossing the desert. We met a lot of these refugees were actually from Eritrea, and so they would go across the desert and come into Libya, and they would be put in these prisons there where they were really, frankly, abused, not given any light. The women were tortured, and a lot of sexual abuse. And so you hear these stories, and yet they still moved on, and were smuggled onto boats and came into Rome and up into Rome. And really this refugee camp in particular is really just a pass-through camp. So most folks stay 5-10 days, and it's really about having shelter and protection, some food, reconnecting, even if it's just via phone, with some of their family members that may have been moved on. And they're all trying to get to Northern Europe, where the countries have been more open to having the migrants come through looking for asylum, and really have better sort of economic opportunities. So, Germany and Sweden and other countries, up north. And so this was really just a pass through. And you hear these stories and you think about how bad the conditions were to have someone want to go through this. Because clearly with social media and the internet, these families had family members go in front of them and knew how torturous this path was and still chose to take that journey. And so it really, I guess, opened my eyes to a perspective that I think we don't often really get at home, and probably we spend some time thinking about the implications of it, but we probably think about it from monetary or economic or housing, and sometimes actually the thought of who these people are and their resiliency and what they're going through, their survival skills and their just absolute desire to have life and a better life, what that all means. So that was sort of our afternoon, and frankly, we just sort of took the evening off to process everything. So I'm just back from dinner. I'm in a say goodbye for now. Sorry to leave you on such a heavy note, but that's just sort of the how the day was. So hope you're all doing well back home, and hope you're having a nice evening with your friends and family, and give everyone a hug, because we really do live in a great place and should have a lot to be thankful for. Talk to you next time.